NSC Fan TV. I'm here with Blake.
Yes, sir. Tough match today, man.
Tough match, Blake. But Blake has some good news, because Blake, as it turns out, was right about something.
Because I told you so.
And has got a big glass of I told you so for everyone to drink. What is that big glass of I told you so?
I told y'all Loba needs more time on the pitch. When you put him on, he looks really good. He looked really good today for about 35 minutes.
35 minutes?
He got about, 30 minutes last game. He looked really good. Give him the whole start. If we're not starting Leal, we're not starting our usual front, put him and CJ up front. Those two guys mesh really well together. I'd love to see him and then Andy up front with them pushing the ball up forward.
Well, the putback goal was great. It was a one-touch. It was really canny. It showed the skill that he has. It showed the vision that he's got, because he moved to the right spot.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about some negative issues. So one of the negatives was about Willis being flat-footed for that spot kick.
Yeah, for sure.
What did you see? So he looked from where I was. It looked like he just wasn't ready for a ball.
He took the words out of my mouth. He just did not look ready at all. I mean, like you said, he was flat-footed. He was flat on his heels, and he didn't make a move till the ball was already halfway there. And by the time it's already there, it's too late, because that ball was on the money.
So just in terms of things that you think that need to look better, is it that he needed to place the ball differently? Is it that he needed, because it looked like he didn't even see the ball till it was 10 feet off of a foot?
I think the issue was there and the whole game. The communication lacked tonight. It just didn't look like we were communicating on the field like we usually do. We didn't see guys making hand signals that just looked like they were crisp on the ball. It looked off tonight.
So that might be a leadership problem at the back.
Could be.
So it's clear that we missed Zimmerman.
Oh, well, obviously. I think not having our normal starting 11 really hurt us tonight. We played really defensive instead of playing very offensive. Against a team like SKC, who's losing two of their biggest offensive players, we really should have put something on tonight, and we didn't push the offensive effort like we should have. And I think playing back on our back four, we played back four tonight instead of back five without Walker. You could tell we just looked slow and just
completely off. Yeah, looked completely off.
Oh, absolutely.
So Blake, another question is, in terms of just what the offense looked like, there were lots of cases where we were pushing the ball wide, not playing as direct. What are some things that you think explain that?
We got to get away from the long ball. We're putting that long ball out there way too much. It's just the ball. It's just out there. It's just out in the open, and anybody's got to play on it. We're not playing a very crisp, precise game. If we can get that offense being crisp instead of just floating the ball and hoping for the best, I think we're going to have a lot better outcome.
Lofting the ball and hoping for the best. That's not going to work against a professional soccer club, is it?
Anybody in the MLS. Not even the last team against SKC. And you saw it tonight.
That looked like garbage.
It did.
It looked like garbage.
It really did.
So Blake, last question. Question. What'd you think of watching everybody leave after that pen didn't get called? Did you see? So we got complaints about refs. We got complaints about teams. We got complaints about Gary. We got complaints about the setup. We got complaints about leadership. But I got a complaint about the fans. What'd you think about watching everybody walking out? The pen didn't get called, and people made for the exits, and it was 88.
I was in the upper deck tonight for the first time ever. I'd usually in the supporter section, so I'd actually got to see a pretty good bit of the stadium. I did not see that many fans leave after PK went home.
Okay.
I mean,
you didn't see that many people leave.
They were very few.
Where were you from?
We were in 205, right above the supporter section. Okay. So we had a pretty good view of everybody.
You got to see everybody.
And I had to stopwatch going with 8 minutes, so I watched everybody. Hey, there was still at least a good 27,000 there waiting to see if we could pull it out. And we almost did late too.
Well then, there were some chances late.
How does a ref call VAR after 10 minutes waiting and gives the penalty, gives a yellow card, and then goes to VAR?
Then goes to the VAR. Inexplicable.
Absolutely.
And let down by Atlanta. Dude, we were let down by the refs in Atlanta tonight. Yeah. That was a case where they could have seen that immediately, and they could have let him know.
Absolutely.
But we sat standing there watching that.
There were several at the end of the game that could have been called PKs too. I mean, there was a lot in the box going on, and they were holding that whistle in their pocket.
Well, they effectively played 6 in the back.
No doubt.
And so there was.
They have to. They have to.
Well, Blake, last question.
All right.
What are you expecting going forward? What are some changes that you're going to see from Gary?
Well, I hope to see our normal starting 11 back in, get Walker back there in that back five, Leal get a little more chemistry back in that starting 11 as well. See if him and CJ can get that chemistry back going. Go into DC, get a good dub, hopefully get a good result, at least a result with a draw. And then go into the US Open Cup in Orlando and raise fucking hell.
Beat DC, beat Orlando. Find ways to do it, and especially in that cup game.
That's it. Hey,
Find a
we
way
win
in
that
there.
cup game. God, we win the CONCACAF Champions League.
Man,
oh my
get
goodness.
into that. Like, hey, thanks, man.
My friend, thank you. It's a pleasure as always.
NSC Fan TV.
Follow us on Twitter at @FoodBar_SG, the newest military supporter group in the MLS, the one and only.
Look at that.
Let's go. All right.